Ed, I don't want to call you a soothsayer because it's not exactly.
I've been called worse, but that's okay.
Well,
yes.
and by me. You've been in this business a long time. I'm not going to say that we had to go deep into the advanced analytics to say the Canucks goaltending was helping them out, but you had been an advocate of the fact that Jacob Markström was papering over a lot of cracks. Did you see things dropping off so dramatically with him gone?
No, because I really thought they with the depth they build up, they kind of insulated themselves from a lot of those problems. But it's amazing. Like it's it's that old saying in hockey: goaltending's 90% of the game. Unless you don't have it, then it's everything. And that's kind of what it is. And I go back to that. They squeaked that result out against Montreal. But if they get any kind of goaltending over the next 3 games of that road trip, I'm sure they get 2 wins and maybe a tie out of it. And it just changes the whole conversation. And again, last night, now something seems to have set in. There's a fragility there. There's a lack of confidence when they get to the third period and the game's on the line. And they have just invited in a whole host of demons now. And they have to prove that they are made of something different than other Canucks teams we've seen.
So I think that's a great point. They're down 2-0 against Montreal and they come back, and we did one of these videos last week. We talked about how resilient they are.
Absolutely, yeah.
But then from that point, then you look at Ottawa, well, that's a winnable game, and that, I think, starts the ball rolling. Is this a case where the players around Thatcher Demko are trying too hard? They're trying to do too much?
I don't know that. The one thought I have is they play a style that's it's a poorly formed idea in but they play a style that doesn't necessarily match up to their talent level. So they play a fast-speed attacking game, which is fine if you've got the horses to do it. If you've got Colorado, the team that's coming in here on Friday night, then go balls to the wall. Play that up, play attacking team. But I don't know. There's something about this team. I just don't think their personnel is as good as they think it is.
Okay,
to play that style.
Yeah. So on that point, now there's a lot of fingers. Obviously, people are looking at the goaltending.
Yeah.
But I suppose if you're going to point a finger at the defense, overall team defense, not just the blue liners, but how the forwards play defense as well. If you look at that and how they're doing it, the fact is they haven't been good enough all year, but Markström has mitigated that. So now, is it purely the goaltending, or is this just showing you what the Canucks defense is?
So to circle back to your original point, right, when Markström was on top of that game, you were kind of concerned and you wondered, geez, boy, this isn't really a winning formula, allowing 40 shots a night. You don't really expect your goaltender to win 8 of those games, but they had. And now here we are, and they've kind of, ripped that scab off, and now we're looking at what we're looking at.
Yeah.
So I don't know how you kind of reverse things and, play a different style than you've been playing all year. But I don't know. It was interesting going through the locker room last night because they were all singing from the same hymn sheet, right? It was all, we've got to trust the process. To me, they need something more dramatic. They need a shake-up. And they just need to kind of change the energy. And I hate to sound like a broken record. They've got the leading scorer in the American Hockey League playing down in Utica. And I know Reed Boucher isn't the answer, but sometimes just that one little, getting another scoring source, somebody who's an upgrade in the bottom 6. And, I think both him and the Bailey kid would be that. So I don't understand the reticence for the sake of putting Antoine Roussel and Louis Eriksson in the lineup. I'm not saying it's the perfect fit, but I think somewhere along the line, you've got to change it. You've got to change it up. You've got to get, a fresh infusion of something. And I think that's what they need more than anything.
So the cushion that the Canucks had were all those games in hand, which, they still have to some degree, but that points gap has certainly closed. Are they seriously in trouble of missing the playoffs here, or do you think, look, this is a slump, it will correct itself at some point, and you know what, they'll probably still get it?
Yeah, you know what, it depends what hour of what day you ask that question. It's kind of, who do you believe, me or your lying eyes?
Yeah.
And boy, just the evidence. And that game against Arizona on Wednesday night, so we're taping this on Thursday, they allowed that freakish goal to get down 1-0, and it looks like that's going to be the only goal of the game. But they get a power play goal right off the hop, and then they score a goal against the run of the play. But really, from the time they scored the power play goal until about 2 minutes left when they pulled the goalie, and they had nothing.
Yeah.
Like, Arizona completely took that game over. And you can point to a bad bounce off Troy Stetcher's skate, and you could point to a thigh-high deflection, which led to the winning goal. But you could see it coming. You could see it building. They just they just stopped playing after they took the lead, and that was more disturbing than the loss to me.
I can't believe it's been more than 10 years, but it's almost like now when I see a team score against them in the third period, I just hear Chelsea Dagger in my head. but this is where they are.
Well,
we will be doing a video following this to talk about the Canucks Anniversary Series, but thanks for listening. You can get our White Towel podcast where we talk about many of these issues as well every week. Subscribe to it through Apple Podcasts. Continue to read Ed's great stuff at theprovince.com, vancouver-sun.com.